Hello students, now is the time for our social studies class and we are in chapter 13, our environment. In our previous classes, we already completed the chapter and in this chapter we learned about the components of the environment, natural environment, human environment and human-made environment. Then ecosystems, importance of natural environment, effects of human activities on the environment. Okay, so today I'll give you the question answers, objective type question answers on this chapter. Before that, uh, uh, let us have a recap on the chapter. Okay, so actually the immediate natural surroundings of a person or thing is called environment. You learned already. For example, plants, air, water, landforms, wildlife makes our environment. And the word environment is derived from a French word environner. That means neighborhood. Next are the components of environment. As I told before that there are two types of components in our environment mainly. They are biotics and abiotics. Biotic components are the living organisms and plants. They are biotic component included in biotic components, and abiotic components in the abiotic components there are the soil, land, water, air. That is hydrosphere, it is water, lithosphere, that is land and soil, and the atmosphere, air. These are the main abiotic components. And the environment is a combination of natural and human-made phenomena. And the components of environment are also like it is classified as natural environment, human environment and human-made environment. And the natural environment is made up of both biotic and abiotic components. Biotic components included that plants, animals and human beings, and abiotic components are the that means the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. They both made the natural environment, and human environment refers to both humans and human created activities and things like buildings, roads, parks, bridges, etc. And both the natural and human made environment interacts with each other and bringing about changes in the living conditions of man. A proper balance should be maintained between the different components of the environment for the formation of a favorable conditions for the existence of man and other living being. And next is natural environment. Our natural environment, as I told you before, that comprises of land, water, air, plants and animals, and they include both biotic and abiotic resources. And biotic factors are all the living things as I told you before, all the living things in an ecosystem such as plants and animals. And biotic factors and their reactions are broken into three factors: producers, consumers and decomposers. As I told you before, just as it is a food chain. In the food chain there is producer, plants are the producers, and the consumers feed on feed on plants, and decomposers when the producers and consumers, both animal plants, after the death of the animals and plants, decomposers just mix them with the soil, and the soil will next then get its nutrient to more grow more plants. Okay, and abiotic factors are the non-living parts of the environment. It have a major influence in for living organisms. Abiotic factors include what? Yes, water, that means hydrosphere, and at oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc., that is atmosphere, and lithosphere is soil. And moreover, that sunlight is also included in abiotic factors. And the natural environment is made up of different domains, like as I told before, the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. What is biosphere? Biosphere is included the living organisms, plants, and all the living organisms. Now, next, human environment and human made environment. Human beings interact and influence the environment in which they live. Their social, religious, economic, and cultural activities form a part of the human environment. Actually, with the changing times, humans have adapted themselves to the natural surroundings. Early humans led a simple life, but gradually, as human beings make their life comfortable by new technologies and development, and that their way of living is changing gradually. They can grow crop now, domesticating animals, invention of many things, develop ourselves. Human actually learn to use the environment in a harmonious way. Today, we have made an environment for ourselves besides the existing environment. We construct buildings, bridges, parks, roads, etc. nowadays to make our life more comfortable. Next, we learned about the ecosystem. Individual plants and animals cannot exist by themselves or on the planet Earth. All living organisms need millions of other living organisms to survive. The all the living organisms, they interact with each other, and the sun, soil, water, air, and interact with each other, and thus with the sun, soil, water, air. And this is the interaction is called as ecosystem. Food chain is a part of ecosystem, as I told you before. Each ecosystem is different and each has established a balance over time. Okay. Next, what is the importance of natural environment? We learned that our life depends upon healthy and balanced environmental conditions, and there should be a balance in environmental conditions, and there are some effects of human activities on the environment. Actually, the rapid growth in human activities for development and for make our life more comfortable has an adverse effect on land, forest, water, atmosphere, and the environment as a whole. And exploitation of the gifts of nature has created a chaos in the environment. These are called the environmental hazards. Actually, there should be a balance between our environmental conditions, but industrial development and many such developments face serious environmental hazards. Among them, ozone layer depletion, global warming, and climatic changes are few of them. So firstly, we learn about ozone depletion. Actually, our Earth is wrapped in a blanket of air that is called atmosphere, which is made up of several layers. And the ozone layer is very important because it stops too many of the sun's UV rays from getting through the Earth. UV rays are harmful for the biosphere, and the depletion of the ozone layer, because of the depletion of the ozone layer, the ozone layer is getting thinner all over the planet, and it is like a sunscreen, and thinning of it would mean that more ultraviolet rays would reach to us. Next is global warming. Global warming relates to the rising of the average temperature on Earth. It affects the overall climate of the Earth. And what the global warming causes greenhouse effect. Actually, the sun is much hotter than the earth and gives off rays of heat that travel through the atmosphere and reach the earth. The rays of the sun warm the earth, and heat from the earth then travels back into the atmosphere. And the gases in the atmosphere stop some of the heat from escaping into space. And these are called greenhouse gases. Uh, and what are the consequences of global warming? The effects of global warming are glaciers melting, rising of ocean levels, migration of animals, extreme weather, and changes in ecosystem. All these effects are very harmful for us. Now, I am telling you I'll discuss about the question answer, objective type question answers. So it is the objective type questions and answers. But I'll discuss now. Name the following. Firstly, the natural surroundings of a person. It is called as environment. Next, components of the environment consist of non-living things. These are abiotic components. Number 3, solid outermost layer of the earth is also called this. It is lithosphere or land. Number 4, the layer of air that surrounds the earth, that is atmosphere. Okay. And next is includes all forms of water found on the earth, that is hydrosphere. Next, number 6, balance between various elements of the environment, that is ecosystem. Next, number 7, this layer protects us from the sun's harmful UV rays. UV, that means ultraviolet rays. And the answer is ozone layer. Next is number 8, global warming is the cause of this. Answer, greenhouse effect. Now, next type of question is fill in the blanks. Number 1, lithosphere is made up of rocks, minerals and soil. Here was the blank. Lithosphere is the answer. Number 2, release of dash in the atmosphere is believed to be the main reason causing ozone depletion. Chlorofluorocarbon. Next is number 3, the gradual rise of the average temperature on earth is known as global warming. Here was the blank. Number 4, the natural environment is made up of both biotic and abiotic conditions existing on the earth. Here was the blank, abiotic and abiotic. Next, number 5, our environment is unique because it supports dash and dash, that is life and growth. Number 6, too much UV rays can cause dash and harmful for living organisms. Skin cancer is the correct answer. Number 7, the chlorine from CFCs, that is CFC means chlorofluorocarbon, reduces the amount of dash in the atmosphere. It is ozone. Next, number 8, ozone layer depletion and global warming are two serious environmental hazards. Number 9, dash is a greenhouse gas. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Number 10, Earth has actually warmed by about 1 degree Fahrenheit over the past 100 years. Number 11, dash factors are non-living parts of the environment. Abiotic factors are non-living parts of the environment. Next, number 12, approximately 19 to 30 kilometers above the earth is a layer of gas called ozone. Number 13, rising temperatures bring a change in ecosystems. Number 14, human activities and overexploitation of natural resources adversely affects the environment. Next, 15, all over the world, Glaciers are melting and shrinking. Next, C. Write true for the correct statement and false for the wrong statement and correct the false statement. Number 1. The word environment is derived from a Greek word environier, which means neighborhood. It is false. So the correct statement is the word environment is derived from a French word, not Greek word. French word environier, which means neighborhood. Next, number 2. The living things in an environment interact with each other in many ways. Answer true. Number 3. With the changing times, humans have adapted themselves to the natural surroundings. Answer true. Number 4. Soil is a part of the atmosphere. False. So, the correct statement is soil is the part of the lithosphere. Next, number 5. Human activity has a great impact on the environment. Answer true. Number 6. Migration of animals, rising ocean level, etc. are the causes of global warming. It is false. So, the correct statement is migration of animals, rising ocean level, etc. are the effects, not causes. Effects of global warming. So, these are the objective type question answers. You should write this question answers in your class copy and try to memorize it. Okay. So, this much for today's class. Till our next class. Bye.